Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is? This is your boy, Brando. Ladies and gentlemen, today there's a lot going on in the space. We got the elections coming up, and I think it's got people in their feelings. But today I just want to bring you some simple information that I think is actually very great, to be honest, because once again, we're going to talk about the World Economic Forum being connected to another great cryptocurrency. Now, I said another, but this cryptocurrency, I think people respect, and they have a lot going down on their end. And when I say a lot, they have a lot. So we're going to dive right in. Here we are. We have blockchain interoperability, World Economic Forum, release paper explaining importance of effective communication between DLT networks. So here we are. The WEF noted that Hedera Hashgraph's DLT platform, called the Hedera Consensus Service, which went live in February of this year, seems to be promising for enabling blockchain interoperability. The World Economic Forum noted that Hedera Hashgraph's DLT platform, called the Hedera Consensus Service, which went live in February of this year, seems to be promising for enabling blockchain interoperability. Click to tweet. The WEF explained that the platform could potentially introduce a cheap and efficient ordering service that would work with any Hyperledger Fabric compatible network. Well, we know Hyperledger Fabric is IBM, which ultimately uses the Stellar protocol. The organization also assessed DLT interoperability research and development work conducted by Microsoft. The report revealed that the tech giant is the only major industry participant to have developed blockchain interoperability software so far. This, as companies like IBM, SAP, and Oracle have yet to introduce these types of solutions. The WEF pointed out that Microsoft had teamed up with NASDAQ to implement a software solution for the NASDAQ financial framework, which allows users to launch independent DLT networks through a single unified interface. Well, that's some bullish news. I mean, think about it. Hedera Hashgraph, people don't really understand how revolutionary that tech is over there. That they are literally sitting on quantum computing over there. I mean, Deepak Chopra decided to work with him because he could be able to do a lot of things when it comes to the minds of people with his services that he offers. And there was an article that came out about his partnership with Hedera Hashgraph. I may pull it up here in a second, but I want to get on to some Ripple XRP news. As you know, we got a lot of people who love Ripple and XRP. I don't have a problem with them. I'm just going to highlight some news for you guys. And, I'm just pointing out some facts that are coming from some of the very people who are running Ripple. And, just let's have a listen real quick. So Ripple's on-demand liquidity payment technology has no impact on the XRP price. According to Chris Larson, the company is willing to work with central banks to promote the development of a CBDC. Okay. Now here, we're going to skip over real quick to some Stellar. Now this is just some coincidence stuff, but I heard a coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. So let's see here. It says Redmi Note 9S Interstellar Gray. That's a funny name. interstellar grid. Now, this is from IBM, the new age of ecosystems. And here, what we're going to do is blow this up a little bit. Right here, highlighted, says Chinese smartphone manufacturer Xiaomi. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but for example, is seeking to engage connected consumers. Xiaomi uses customers' segmentation as a brand differentiator. It sells high-end phones for prices close to cost, less than half the price of some rivals. The company leverages consumer feedback captured via Weibo to release new versions of its operating system, which it does on a weekly schedule. Now we're going to scroll down. It says the Xiaomi example demonstrates that to create an opportunity to provide a differentiated experience in line with consumer expectations, organizations must embrace data and analytics to underpin experience and pursue social media to promote collaborations. They will also need to reduce barriers to engagement and partnering. So that basically means that these companies approach this company. So again, Xiaomi looks to expand services on Azure Cloud while working with Microsoft to advance next gen artificial intelligence. The Chinese device giant entered an agreement with Microsoft for greater cooperation around cloud expansion and the delivery of artificial intelligence capabilities across devices. Microsoft entered a formal agreement Friday to work closer with Xiaomi as the Chinese device manufacturer adds to the artificial intelligence services it offers customers and expands its global reach. That was just some cool, interesting information because you can tie these phones to different cryptos. Now, it may seem as a coincidence, or maybe it was strategic. I don't know. Neither do you. But we do know this. We know that there's a major shakeup getting ready to happen in the financial markets globally. We know that the second wave of the C virus is going to hit because we know that it is actually circling back a second time in China, in South Africa, in Sri Lanka, in Europe. These places are closing back down. And it happened after elections in those places. So we know that it's going to take place right now as we have the US elections. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. This is all an orchestrated event as long as we stay vigilant. Now, as long as we stay vigilant, we will be fine. I mean, we are in the right space at this right time. Now, more beyond anything, as far as cryptos, we are human beings first. Spiritual beings having a human experience. So, regardless of how we feel about different cryptocurrencies and things of that nature, at the end of the day, let's all come together and be humans. Maybe we don't agree with each other at times, or maybe you don't like somebody. But at the end of the day, we can all come together and be cordial. Be neutral with our differences. Just because you don't like who I vote for doesn't mean we have to be enemies. We can still kumbaya and still have different opinions. That has been my stance from the beginning. That will be my stance tomorrow, and it will be my stance in the future when the robots take over. Ladies and gentlemen, so let's keep going on. Now here we have David Schwartz. Back to some Ripple XRP connected stuff. But remember, they are separate. So David Schwartz seemed excited by the development involving the project of his former colleague, Evan Schwartz, co-inventor of Interledger, as it could increase the usability of XRP. D. Schwartz retweeted that the announcement that same day, as well as posting numerous comments related to it. To quote Schwartz, ILP allows XRP and all other assets to be used for payment and held for settlement wherever they work best. This levels the playing field and improves the usability of cryptos for everyone. So that's like an IOU system. So ILP being available on more platforms is good for XRP because it enables more applications to have the choice to use XRP if it works best for them. Not saying they will choose it, but they could. Now, and it's good for XRP because it grows the space by allowing projects to choose an asset that's a better fit, even if not XRP. So if you analyze what is being said here, see, the key thing we always teach on this channel is about reading in between the lines, because there's a lot that is said that's not said. They don't have to choose XRP. They don't have to use XRP. It's an option, but there's no guarantee that anybody has to use it or will use it. Now, Kava, XRP-backed stablecoin, USDX, is under development, confirms Kava Labs co-founder, who is Hiken Ashi. XRP-backed stablecoin, USDX, is under development, confirms Kava Labs co-founder. Kava Labs is developing a stablecoin, USDX, backed by XRP on a Cosmos zone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you don't know is that the XRP ledger is somewhat built on the Cosmos, and that's where the Vega protocol is also sitting. It's building on the Cosmos. Now, if we understand what the Cosmos is, we understand that the Cosmos has a bunch of stuff that is floating within it. And then on top of the Cosmos, you have the universe, the stellar universe. And you have things that are building on top of that. And if you look at the reach of IBM and that connection, the connection in that reaching goes very deep. So if you understand who's actually running the Cosmos, you have the Chinese in Singapore running the Cosmos. And then you have the EU and the Stellar Universe, USA, running the Stellar Universe. And then you have everything else building on that universe. And then you'll have the cross-chain ability, which would come because of the interconnected blockchains that will be connected through the Cosmos, like the Cardanos of the world, which have a cross-chain mechanism from ETH to the Cardano blockchain. See, this system that is being set up is a lot bigger than what people think. But see, when you look at this space, you have to be able to look at it from a mountaintop view. Most people only see it face on. So you think you know what you know, but you don't really know anything because you don't see from a top. You don't have an eagle's eyes view. And that's not a bad thing. We didn't have that view either, but it took research to get to that level. And see, when we say certain things, I understand people may not be ready for that information. They're not ready to go to that height because their understanding of the system is slightly biased, because once something that countered their initial thought process, the cognitive dissonance kicked in, and they got just a little flustered. And that happens because it happened to us. When I say us, I'm speaking of me and Sparks. But let's continue, ladies and gentlemen, because, sometimes I can go on a rant. And I don't know if you like to hear my rants, but I like to feel when you go with the water, that spontaneity is where all those jewels are. Now, Tron. Justin Sun spreads rumor about Tron and Apple partnership after meeting with Steve Wozniak. Now, I just dropped some Great news in the Patreon group about Steve Wozniak and his connections, and we know Apple is building. We know Apple is building with wallets. And I know which wallet, but I'm not going to say it here. Patreon members, they know about that already. But yeah, Apple is very quiet. And don't sleep on Tron. Don't sleep on Justin Sun. That's all I have to say. Don't sleep on him. Justin Sun spreads rumor about Tron and Apple partnership after meeting with Steve Wozniak. IBM adds Apple Pay, web payments. Could there be a stellar connection? Yeah, because we know that Apple was working closely with Lobster Wallet. Why does Apple keep trying to work with all these Lobster Wallets? I don't know. Maybe it could be because they have Apple Pay and they know that things are changing and they know that there's going to be a new mechanism of identity and things of that nature. Anyways, Apple Pay will soon be coming to IBM's website to serve its commercial clients with the ability to use Apple Pay to pay on the iPhone, iPad, or Mac with just one touch. IBM announced this week that it will offer Apple Pay to clients that use IBM's WebSphere Commerce or IBM Commerce on cloud. WebSphere Commerce currently powers over 12,000 storefronts for online retailers. That's big, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me see if I can take you to that article with Deepak Chopra and Hedera Hashgraph. I think will be kind of interesting. Just so you can see where they are going over there at the Hedera Hashgraph. So here it is. The Never Alone initiative of the Chopra Foundation is forging an alliance of people and organizations dedicated to incubating a new vision for mental and emotional health and the resources available to people seeking support. The Chopra Foundation is partnering with Hedera Hashgraph to create a decentralized platform democratizing access to trusted resources supporting mental and emotional wellness worldwide. Challenge. Mental health represents a second pandemic as stress and anxiety grow and suicide rates rise globally, especially in younger populations. Today, access to emotional and mental wellness resources is costly and uneven based on location. For donors, there is a lack of transparency around how funds are being used and the efficacy of those programs. People who are most at risk for self-harm and mental suffering often don't know where to turn or how to get help. So here he says, I think the future actually has to be about grassroots visionary leadership. The old model is dying. The Hedera platform not only will democratize content for well-being, for mental health, but even more than that, it supports a grassroots leadership movement for a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. There's nothing like a distributed system that is so distributed that it becomes totally invincible. That's what the Hedera platform gives us. Deepak Chopra, MD, founder, Chopra Foundation. Guys, I mean, what more do you want to know? Actually, let's just take a look at Mr. Deepak here speaking about the Hedera. And you're sadly sleeping on Hedera Hashgraph if you don't have that in your portfolio. Okay? I mean, because the World Economic Forum just highly recommended it. Deepak Chopra, you already have $2.2 billion building, $2.2 billion already tokenized on the Hedera Hashgraph. I don't think any of that is happening on the XRP ledger, let alone any currency running on it either. And I'm not taking any shots. I'm just calling out the facts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this world, People are entitled to have their own opinions. I think it's foolish for somebody to pick on somebody because they think differently about a certain subject or a matter than the other person. How low must you be? I own XRP. I'm not as confident in XRP as I once was because after doing some real extensive research with Sparks Flames, we have come to discover that we have been bamboozled. Now, hoodwinked, run them up. And we have changed our views. As new information enters, you have to keep an open mind in order to not miss out on new information. It would behoove me for you to receive information and throw it to the curb based on your emotions and how you feel. Truth doesn't give a damn about your emotions. Truth is the truth. It's neutral, but it pierces. And sometimes the truth ruffles feathers. Sometimes people's demeanor ruffles feathers. Sometimes people's delivery ruffles feathers. But ladies and gentlemen, whether I ruffle your feathers or not, I come with a pure heart. I want to see everyone win. At the end of the day, I don't really take the battles of XRP and XLM really seriously. Honestly, I really only care about making money in this space. But I also care about helping people. And the only reason that this channel was started was to share my perspective and views and have an outlet to express myself. Because, many people, they talk a lot, but they don't actually come on to YouTube and bring you valuable information. And I just think everybody has their own unique way. Everybody is unique and special in their own destined way. And all I want to do is fulfill my destiny. Like I said before, I can still be friends with you if we have a different belief system. I'm not here to make enemies in this space. But what I am here to do is to bring the truth, whether you like it or not. I've been solid from day one, and I will continue to be solid. If I offend you, it is not my intention to offend you. It is my intention to only wake you up, to spark up another perspective, another view, another way of looking at things. So if you respect the channel and you respect this information, please give this video a like, thumbs up, share it with the people. Let them know that the World Economic Forum is choosing the Hyperledger and Hedera Hashgraph. Let them know that Bigger Than Race is always bringing you that truth. You know who this is. This is your boy, Brando. Investigate truth on your own terms. Give me all your Bitcoin.